which team had the best version of this player? There's a lot of old heads.
Oh, I have one too. I have a finals duo segment after this.
All right.
That reminded me.
Yeah, a lot of players that have been on different teams over the years and had different types of like runs, I guess. So I want to ask you guys which player, this player was on the best team, or which team had the best version of this player. We can start with the guy that's going on another team, Kevin Durant. Seattle KD, OKC KD, Golden State KD, Nets KD, or Suns KD. These are all the teams.
I'm going with Seattle, bro. I'm going Seattle.
I just wanted to add it.
Honestly, best, I'm going Nets.
New Jersey. What's the best version?
Hell no, I'm going Warriors, bro.
I'm going Nets.
Warriors or Thunder for me. It depends.
I feel like the Warriors don't count for me.
But the Warriors, he's boosted because of Curry, so I'd give it to OKC.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm going OKC, actually.
I'll give it to Nets.
You the real MVP.
Because he was older, and he was carrying them niggas when everybody was hurt. Like, that was his, like, nigga, like it's just him, and he got to do it his best he can. Like, that's why I rate Nets Kevin Durant so high. If it wasn't for a size, if it wasn't for the size 15,
he's too injury prone. I'm gonna go OKC.
On the Nets, how long did he miss?
But like the team,
I don't know, but he can't get hurt since he got there.
He was like 3 years there and like a lot of failures. Not his fault. Not saying it's his fault.
Yeah, well, I said it wasn't his fault. Like, man, he was hooping. He was carrying them. Like,
it would be Nets KD or 2018.
Hurry up and pick the Warriors, bro. Hurry up and pick the Warriors.
I
know what you're gonna pick.
The Nets KD that Giannis or the Bucks series with him and Kyrie was the best Kevin Durant I've ever seen. Like everything was crisp going in. That was the best basketball of Kevin.
But that was literally one series. Like we got to take in his whole stint.
No, but that whole season was prime. Like prime.
Yeah, they like peak.
But then 2018, like with the Warriors, everything was going in crisp, and then you knew who the best player was. And that one shot that he hit in the finals over LeBron to seal it, the 3-pointer.
That shit was lame. It was like a third quarter.
Kevin Durant. And so like him playing with others and winning, I guess would be Golden State KD. The best player that I've seen would be Nets KD.
Is that the same reason I rate 2018 Bron higher than everybody else? Like, that's my favorite Bron.
Yeah, man.
Because that nigga was literally just putting everything on his back, doing insane shit. Like
watching that
was like KD's version.
Grown man cry.
Oh my god, dude! No, that's like still one. That's still my favorite finals run, even though they didn't win. Like it's still like not a better finals run. You know what I mean?
If J.R. Smith wasn't faded, that series goes differently.
Yeah,
the man that made the finals. Paul George. Which version of Paul George are we taking? Pacers PG, OKC PG, Clippers PG, or 76ers?
Philly, baby. We getting we getting podcast P. I want podcast P.
Is podcasting harder than playing in the NBA?
No, on the real, I'm gonna take OKC. I'm gonna take OKC because he had an MVP type of season, and I really thought he was gonna take that next step at OKC.
Yeah,
so.
And then Dame ruined his dreams.
I thought he was. I saw him improving. Give me OKC.
That was his best year by far.
Yeah.
Till the playoffs hit.
Third MVP voting. Yeah.
Till Dame sent him packing.
Like, when you hear people like Brandon Miller saying that Paul George is their GOAT, or other players saying Paul George is their GOAT, they watch OKC PG in action with the handle, everything.
And Indiana.
No, it's a good question between that and Indiana, because Indiana he had the postseason success, but in OKC he was the best player in the regular season he's been.
Yeah, and Pacers.
That's why I keep rating him on that. I'm rating him off the peaks.
Was the best player. Then he built himself up in Indiana.
Dude, it wasn't even. I'm looking at his stats. So his highest average was 24 with the Clippers. In that MVP season, OKC averaged 28 points, and the next closest is again 24 a few times, but.
Clippers is not bad his first 2 years, and then the one that they made it to the conference finals.
Yeah, this is the year he made the All-Star. I don't know if you remember.
Did he ever get injured in OKC or no? He never got injured there.
He only played one season,
2
seasons. Or 2, right? 2.
Yeah. He got two, but he never
got hurt. Never got
last season. The second season was ass.
No,
the first season was ass. The second season was his MVP season.
Was it?
So that means he might have been worth the SGA trade.
At the time, he was. At the time.
At the time.
In hindsight, horrendous, but.
Yeah. All right.
Nobody was really that mad at it. It was a blockbuster trade, but nobody was like, "Oh my god, that's too much." They're just like, "Oh, that's a lot."
Yeah.
But it's like not too much, you know.
They got Kawhi off too.
He got carried because the Kawhi and the PG duo.
Yeah. It wasn't until like 2 years later that people were like, "What the fuck?"
Those bums could have been
Pull
in
up the
the
graphic.
Lakers uniforms,
Bro, he
Look
was
at the
third in DPOY in OKC too. That's fucking insane.
Yeah, he was locking up. So it was a bad shot.
loser.
I didn't even remember he was that good defensively. Like he made All NBA first team and defensive first
He's
team,
always,
bro.
Back then, he was.
Yeah,
He's always been lockdown.
Like all around good,
Yeah,
good player.
he really
us back
should have been
that point,
like.
George, man. It's over.
Yeah,
Bring us back.
Now you got
We
people on the
hope-
street saying that we should have kept Tobias Harris over you. That's insane.
Tobias Harris had a better
How crazy
postseason.
He did. He really
Tobias
did.
Harris had a
Paul
better
George didn't have a
He had a better
postseason.
season than him
Exactly.
too.
He had a better season too.
Should have kept him. All right, like Omari mentioned Braun earlier. It's a good one. First, Cleveland LeBron, Miami LeBron, second stint Cleveland LeBron, or Lakers Braun.
Lakers. He's the smartest.
As much as I love Lakers in that finals run, I already alluded to my answer earlier. That second stint Cavs is just too legendary. I feel like the most complete player just ever was second stint Cavs LeBron, because it was like he was a team. Like no matter who was on that team, you know what I mean. There was a few different iterations of that team. No matter who got hurt, you know what I mean. He was carrying them no matter what, and I felt like he wasn't able to do that. Like he was great statistically and great like in first stint Cavs and Miami, and obviously Miami he got chips. But like when it came to being like the carrier and just put everybody on my back today, like that we know he is, he did that the most. Like he developed that in Miami, but he did it like on full display all of like the second stint Cavs, and then culminated with the 2018 run. That just like the 2018 run was just like nah, like everyone's gone, and it's literally just him and some role players, and he still like nobody's. Although he had made it to the finals, like it was still an amazing feat that he made it to the finals again. You know what I mean with that team, because he didn't.
I think he only lost one playoff game, by the way, during that year. No.
And then all the
Oh, no,
buzzer
that was not
beaters
that
and
year,
shit.
sorry.
Like we're talking about Hallie right now, but like what Braun was doing to teams, to first seed Raptors teams, he was also averaging like 35 points, triple doubles, led every stat on every. Like it's just like shit like that is never gonna be seen again. Like he led every stat. Like you can't lead a whole series in every stat ever again. I don't think anyone ever do it. You know what I mean? So I feel like you got to give it to second stint Cavs.
Being a non-biased Golden State fan, I'd say that 2018 Braun run, like not counting any of the Golden State runs for me, 2018 Braun was one of my favorite runs ever. Just seeing the goat go, one of the goats, second goat.
Oh yeah, the goat.
Yeah, one of the goats.
Hey, come
Got him. We got him.
Like, and caught him
We
like,
got him. We got that nigga. We got him too. All right.
Seeing that Braun in action, bro, is one of the best basketball experiences you could see. Like him going to Toronto, killing people all by himself.
Oh my god, dude.
Like even the first series against the Pacers, 7-game series, doing what he does, going to the finals, and that game one, just doing everything he can to get that team and win and losing. But the way that he did was it's crazy. But seeing that run from just being a basketball fan was definitely one of the best. But,
yeah, I agree with y'all. I'm not gonna glaze this man any further, but I'd agree.
Can I be different and say the
enough.
Miami Braun? Kidding.
Yeah,
Nah, hey.
so Miami Braun. Miami Braun's
think
probably the best, like
Yeah.
best basketball player I've ever seen. And
Yeah.
total
I
best
think Miami
basketball
Braun
player.
is close. to
Peak
2018 Braun.
athleticism, like and peak
I
skill.
feel like it's more like dominance.
Peak
type shit,
defense
you know
too.
what I mean?
Peak defense too. LeBron in that year was
The
the best
IQ
defensive
too,
Braun
like
ever.
you gotta realize he's getting smarter as he ages. So like,
But peak
That's what I'm
IQ
saying.
is 2018.
He had-
because
yeah.
it was a good mix of him digressing in that peak athleticism and still having it.
He's still,
But
But he still,
having
yeah,
it.
I would say he still
it's
had
like
it.
the perfect meeting point. Like this is his
Yeah.
athleticism
Yeah.
going down and his IQ going up, and it's like
Exactly,
2018
yeah.
is like right in the middle.
That's peak. But then best basketball specimen, like man's jumping from the free throw line and just yamming it on everybody. That's Miami Braun.
Yeah, Miami Braun was insane back in the day, dude. I just
BB
couldn't
Braun.
believe he was doing some of the shit he was doing. Bro,
Bro,
the
y'all
Celt-
remember he jumped over John Lucas, bro, like straight up
Yeah.
on the baseline. He ran on the baseline and jumped
He
over him.
said, I
man.
looked up. All I see was feet. Like,
The Jason Terry dunk was Miami Braun too.
Yeah, that was
oh,
sick.
yeah. Nah, yeah, man,
that
that's
was
all
a good one.
Drugs. All right. Next one. Oh, got Kawhi Leonard.
I was thinking you were
Spurs
gonna say-
Kawhi, Toronto Kawhi, or Clippers Kawhi.
We the North, baby. It's Toronto all day.
Because he was healthy.
Yeah,
And
you
he
could
won.
argue
And that
the
Embiid.
first one though.
Sixers.
DPOY. He wasn't the best player on his team, but got the
Yeah, I don't
The
think
best
his
offensive
game
version of
offensively
Toronto.
wasn't
MVP.
his game offensively wasn't at the level that
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
ended up being eventually.
Facts.
So
Facts.
Plus, he had
Because
one of the greatest
he's still-
buzzer
he was
beaters
still-
ever in the playoffs.
Yeah, 100%. He was
Toronto.
still one of the best defenders in Toronto too. So I got to give it to him. He was not like in
Played 60
Clippers. He was
games.
a little bit. He was still on ball there. You know what I mean? But he was a little sluggish. But Toronto, he still had his legs. He was still there. You know what I'm saying? So I got.
You could argue like the first season that he was on the Clippers, but they lost so bad in the playoffs in the bubble that it's like, you know, it just kind of taints that. But that was a really good season for him
They blew
before
up a
the
3-1
injuries
lead,
started
though.
adding up.
Is that the first 3-1 lead? Nuggets, right?
That
They
they
blew up
dropped.
3.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was a
First
3-1 lead.
DPOY and Finals MVP. That's fair. But I mean, that Toronto run was
would have beat you guys if they made it.
If they made it, but they didn't. So get out of here.
Say it. They got came
Couldn't
back.
even beat the guys. we
I'll
beat.
probably go Toronto as well. The run was
like
good.
it.
Too good.
Yeah, I'm going Toronto.
All right, this one's a good one. Hornets, Chris Paul, Clippers, Chris Paul, Rockets, Chris Paul, or Suns, Chris Paul.
Clippers.
What's the best?
Bro,
CP?
just casually left out San Antonio. Like,
Yeah, bro. Come on. Don't forget San Antonio, bro.
Or
Give
San
me
Antonio,
OKC
Chris
Chris Paul.
Paul.
Give me OKC Chris
Nah, I
Paul.
agree.
Actually, yes.
With the
KD doesn't get hurt. Toronto losing. You guys know.
wait, give me Golden State
yeah.
Chris Paul, bro.
No, get him off
That's
my
a good
team.
one. That's a good one. Give me
said
Golden
no,
State.
no.
That-
No.
No,
I'm not
I'm
even
going.
adding
I'm
you
going
on this.
Clippers. I'm going Clippers. Chris Paul.
Well,
That's a
well,
special
great.
place in my heart. I mean, he was the floor general. I feel like in the Hornets he was really good, but he was still like a young player. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I feel like CP3, this nigga's tripping. But on the Clippers, I feel like it was when not only was he producing his like best numbers, but he was also like they didn't get that much playoff success, but they would make it to the playoffs every year. You know what I mean? They'd run into the Warriors, so it's like not much you could really do. They just kept running into Warriors every year. Just
How they
early
started.
too. It was tough. It would always be first, second round every time it was Warriors. And then there was one year we lost to the Rockets. I was mad as fuck too.
Yeah.
But in terms of numbers and in terms of like winning impact, aside from getting to the finals with the Suns, like I think that he had his best years in the Clippers.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with Hornets. Honestly, I think he was just more of like a important part or like the engine of the team. Like when you got Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan, Jamal Crawford, all these guys, it just takes the pressure off him. Not saying he was any worse, but like it was just more impressive what he did in New Orleans, like constantly getting top seeds. I think he was like a 50-win team with like David West and some of those other guys at one point. So, and I think he averages most assists. He averaged 11. I just saw it with the Hornets, so I think that was his most ever. But Clippers, he was really good. Like he definitely started doing better in the postseason, but I think as an individual player, his Hornets years were his best.
Suns one is underrated, man. Without him, they obviously don't make it to the playoffs with this part, even though it's the latter part of his career or the finals without him.
Oh yeah,
those
I
latter
say
part of
Suns
his
is a close
career,
second because of that success. But like as a player, why you need a Hornets version?
Yeah, Hornets he averages most points and assists too. But Hornets put him on the map as being like, oh, this guy's legit, superstar level talent.
He was like an MVP level player on the Hornets. Like he was close to winning MVP. I
He
think
was close.
he should have been on the Lakers.
Kobe or Lakers CP3.
Yeah,
you taking Lakers
funny.
CP3?
Yeah, I'm taking
the
Lakers.
best
Rajon
hypothetical player in history.
Oh my god,
Vito CP3.
Kobe might have had passed up.
And
Jordan
second
already.
is Mark Williams on the Lakers.
Oh, Kobe's
Jordan
passing
would've
Bill
been
Russell.
It's only the Lakers trades that get veto, bro.
Jordan would have been third on the goal list.
100%.
Jordan.